Sorry about the late video. I had things to take care of. But here we go. In case you want to check, it's still Thursday, so you have tomorrow if you want to check. So on this page, there were two, and I'm going to start with. Well, there was this one that you're looking at, and actually these two. So you had these two to do on this page. Negative 20, let's see, so the distributive property is happening over here, right? That's where the distributive property happens. Everybody else has to hold for a little bit until the parentheses are removed, and then we combine like terms if necessary. So negative 20W stays, plus 5R stays, and then it's positive 4/5 minus 10W. Well, positive times a negative is a negative, and 4/5 times 10. Well, again, like I told you in class, you can multiply the 4 by 10 and you get 40 and then divide it by 8. You can divide the 10 and 5, get 2 and then multiply by 8. It's whatever you think it's easier. So 4 times 10 is 40, divided by 5 is 8, so 8W. Again, 4/5 times 20, so again, positive times a negative is a negative, and then 4/5 times 20. Well, 4 times 20 is 80, right? And you can divide it by 5, and you get 16. Or if it's easier, again, 20 divided by 4 is 4 multiplied by 4 is 16. So whichever one makes it easier. Positive times a negative is a negative again. And then 5 and the 5 will simplify to 1. And 4 times 1 is just 4. So I get 4y. Do we have like terms here? Yeah, we do. This guy is a negative 20w and negative 8w will go together. And then I'm going to put a rectangle. This 5r and this negative 16r will combine together. So negative 20 minus 8 is negative 28w. So those are my w. So this is done and this is done. Positive 5 and minus 16 is negative 11r. And then this guy I just add to the expression. Final answer. Again, distributive property is happening here. And it's going to happen again here. Okay. So 12 minus, and again, sorry, 12. Negative and a negative is a positive, and 3/5 of 20. Okay, so 20 divided by 5 is 4 times 3 is 12, so I get 12k. Negative and negative is a positive. 3/5 of 10, so 3 times 10 is 30. Divided by 5, you get 6. 8, don't forget the 8. Negative and a positive is a negative, and 3/5 times 5, what is 3/5 of 5? It's just 3. So those 3 are done. The next one is we have positive 4 times positive 3. That's positive 12k. And then positive times a negative is a negative. And 4 times a is just 4. Remember, there's a 1 here. So 4 times 1 is 4. And it's being multiplied by a. Change colors. Like terms. Well, yeah, here. 12 and negative 3. Okay. And 12 minus 3 is just 9. So let me write that. Change colors. K's, do we have any K's? Yeah, we have a 12K over here, positive 12K, and another positive 12K, and those two gives me 24K. The other two I won't circle because they are like terms and they're the same. So 6A minus 4A is just simply positive 2A. Okay, so again, it's simplified when I can't combine any, there are no like terms to combine, and there's no distributive property to be done. So that's how I know my expression is simplified. So that was that page. Okay. The other page, I took a picture. Okay. Oof, you got 5 over here. So it looks like it's these 4, and then the top, bottom left. So let's do it right here. Let me just move this up. Here we go. Okay, so a little bit more complicated here. So it's a positive times a negative, right? Sorry, negative times a positive. So first I'll take care of the signs. 1/3 of 24. Well, 1/3 of 24 is just 8, right? 1 times 24 is 24, divided by 3 is just 8. And then don't forget K5, m squared. That's this. The second part is 1/3 times negative 12m squared, and negative times a negative is a positive. 1/3 of 12 is 4, K5, and then we have an m squared times an m squared, that gives me m to the 4th power. Negative times a negative is going to be a positive, and then 1/3 of 9 is going to be 3, and then k5 multiplies with this k, keep the base, add the exponent, I get k6, and don't forget, don't throw out the m squared. And then the minus 2k, that's just being tagging along. Like terms. No. Wow, so this one is easy because this is a k to the 5th power, m to the 2nd. This is a k to the 5th, m to the 4th, so no. This is k to the 6th, so that's different than all the other k. So, oh, that's it. Oh, look at that. Okay, the distributive property happens here. So everybody else just takes a moment and chills. Didn't we do this problem? Why do I feel like we did this problem? So we're not actually, sorry, we're not doing, we did this problem. Yeah, this is the, so we're actually doing these two. So again, this distributive property happens here only. Negative 11 just chills for a little bit. Negative and negative is a positive, and what is 1/7 of 14 is 2, right? 2, don't forget the W. Negative and negative is a positive, and what is 1/7 of 35, and that would be just 5, and don't forget the M. And then plus the 5m that's outside. Like terms, yeah, we have these two. Plus 5 and plus 5 are like terms. So let's take care of those. That's 10m, and I would write plus 2w, and for last, I would write my constants. There you go. Am I doing this one? Yeah, I'm doing this one. So the distributive property happens twice here, and it happens here, so be careful. First one, 3/4 minus 8w, 3/4 times 8w, so it's positive times a negative, which is a negative. 3/4 of 8, okay, that would be 6, and then don't forget the h. Then 3/4 times negative 8m, well, it's going to be the same answer, except that it's going to be a coefficient of 6, variable of m instead of h. So we get 6h minus 6m. And then the second distributive property is a half, negative a half times 6. What's a half of 6? It's negative 3. Don't forget the h. Half, negative times a negative is a positive, and a half of 12 is 6. Is there anybody to combine? Yes, there is. There's this guy here, negative 6h, which I'm going to combine with a negative 3h. Negative 6 and minus 3 is negative 9h. And then the negative 6m and the plus 6. And that's it. Yeah, these were pretty easy. What am I missing? Why do I feel like these are too easy for you guys? Last one. Where's the distributive property happening? It's happening here between these guys. Right, it's going to be multiplied. The 2/3 b is going to be multiplied by these three terms inside the factor. 2/3 b is going to be multiplied by these three terms, and the other distributive property happens here. The 5 and the 7 do absolutely nothing for now. So 5 hangs out. Let's do positive 2/3 b minus 21c. So it's a positive times a negative, which is a negative. 2/3 of 21 would be 14. B, C. The BC. Next one, 2/3 positive times negative 12d. It's a positive times a negative, which is a negative. And what's 2/3 of d? That would be 8bd. Lastly, a positive times a positive is, what do you call it? Positive. 2/3 of 7. And I'm not going to change it to a, I'm just going to leave it as an improper fraction. So 2/3 7, that's, we're going to get 14 over 3. Let's just leave that for now. Okay. Eventually, when we add it to 5 and this 5 here and this 7, I'm going to have to change it, but let's just leave that for now. The second distributive property, negative 3/4 times 8bc, so it's negative times a positive, which is a negative. 3/4 of 8 is 6bc. Negative times a negative is a positive, and 3/4 of 16, it's going to be 12. 12d, and then that plus 7 at the end. Combine like terms, yes. Let's start with the letters. There's a BC. There's a BC over here, and there's a BC over here. That's negative 14 minus 6 gives us negative 20 BC. This BD, put it in a rectangle. There's no like term, so that stays 8BD. Plus 12D also has no like term, so it's just plus 12D by himself. And then 5, we have a positive 5. Let me put a triangle here. Positive 5, positive 14 over 3, and then a positive 7. Well, 5 and 7, so we got 5, and they're all positives. Now I'm going to change the 14 over 3 to a mixed number. So that's going to be 3 goes into 14 4 times, and 2/3 left over. Right, so let's add the whole numbers. 5 and 7 is 12, 12 and 4 is 16, and 2/3. So that looks like my final answer. Okay, so that was pretty simple. Okay, you just gotta be really organized with your writing. Okay, all right, that's it. I'm posting this.